president, there's none that has been rejected that he sent, apart from last time they rejected the Minister for Gender. So it seems he didn't give enough money for that name to pass.
To be passed.
So if his names pass, like his finance bill passed, his budget passed. He even took Rigathi Gachagua for impeachment, it was done. So the main payer of the MPs revealed that MPs get paid. So whom do you deny? Do you deny that? If a crocodile gets out of water and says that that the buffalo is, I don't know, the hippopotamus is sick, do you deny? So the person,
they all stay in water.
So the person who pays said they receive money. So when I saw MPs arguing against it, I think they were wrong. Because if you have paid me money, then you say, everybody who comes to this show gets paid. Will I deny?
No.
No. So it's true that they receive the money. The issue is just how much. Then I saw my brother Babu Owino saying that they receive that the MPs were paid 30,000 shillings to impeach Gachagua. Well, I think Babu is wrong on the numbers, but he's right on the payment, because we knew that every MP, you know, when you want to impeach somebody, first of all, you have to sign the motion. So 2/3 must sign the motion. So I was being told that if you came from Azimio, you went to meet Junet. After you sign, Junet will give you 300K. On this other side, if you came from Kenya Kwanza, you went to meet Ichungwa, then you sign and you receive your money. Then on the day now, you vote the way you are being told. So I think Babu is trying to tell us MPs are receiving little money like 30K. Actually, they receive around 300K, sometimes 100,000, depends on what at stake. Because impeaching the deputy president was such an important thing for the president, and I think that money was paid. Even Kindiki should have contributed some money so that Gachagua is impeached, so that he gets to office. Because remember the story in the Karen, when Kindiki was proposed to be the deputy president or the running mate of the president, Gachagua said, if you take Kindiki, give him my 10 billion. So maybe this time, Kindiki must have worked out some of his numbers and
give back to the people.
But let me ask you, Alan, if you are the one to be deputy president, if I'm impeached, will you not contribute money for my impeachment? So the thing is,
I'm not going to perjure myself. I plead the fifth.
But I'm saying that the interest was there.
Absolutely.
So you could tell what it can go. Now look at the issue of the MPs trying to deny, and that's what I'm trying to tell you, the independence of the independent institutions, the infiltration from the executive into judiciary, into the executive. Let me tell you, Alan, if members of parliament did their work independently, no one could have died. Even Gen Zs could have not died. Even the finance bill could have been rejected long before people went to the street. When I saw the bullet hit Rek Masai's head, I said, it's because our MPs are corrupt. When I saw the way Ojwang was killed, these MPs are corrupt. When you see any single young man going to the street, for something MPs can do, it is because of the corruption in parliament. So parliament is the scene of crime. Look, it didn't take long, then the CDF revelation came, where money gets lost at will. There is nearly no MP who can claim. In fact, the report was saying that these are the ones who met the threshold, meaning if you steal less than 100 million, you don't feature in the list. So there are many people who stole 50, 30, 40 million. So their names were not there, but it means that this is perverse everywhere. Remember, members of parliament are so conflicted because in the CDF, first of all, they are the ones who set up the law that governs CDF. Secondly, there's a committee in parliament in charge of oversight that even appoints the CDF board. Thirdly, they are the ones actually that administer the money. They also set up the boards in their constituencies. Fourthly, they are the one who oversight after the money has been
spent.
How? How can one finger is the one even computing the law on how things should be done? One hand. It is completely conflicted. Parliament is the most conflicted institution we have in Kenya. And therefore, the president knows that. Remember, when the president came to office, one of the first order in parliament was about deciding whether CDF could be given to members of parliament. And the Speaker of National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, said, MPs are the village ATMs. Therefore, they need to be given the money. So why are you worried that they are not spending the money on the right way? They are the village ATM. If you're a village ATM, is there a way ATM of the village can account for the money?
No.
Which means MPs also look for money. But if you look at the salary of MPs, let's say that they earn around 900,000. Why should you earn 900,000 shillings a month and you still need to be bribed? What is the threshold that once you earn now, you won't ask for bribe? So it means these people are essentially corrupt. But because I've been a politician, I also have to tell Kenyans, sometimes we ask too much from people. Like every funeral, you have to contribute money. I'm not saying it's not good to do that. I'm trying to say that maybe...
Where are they getting this money as well?
Where do people get this money? Campaigning to become an MP, it will cost you an average of 200 million shillings in Kenya, an average. A governor, even the constitution is clear, you should not use more than 350 million. Now, if you need to be a governor and you have to use 350 million, where will you get this money from?
And you're running in a place like Kiambu.
Yeah, actually the most expensive place to run, they say, is in Turkana, because sometimes you have to deploy choppers to win the election. So they have expanded the threshold because there's a bill in Parliament regulating how much you will spend on the campaigns.
Yeah.
But even in Kiambu, the issue is now that you're meeting many people. So if you have to
give Miambili,
there must be a lot of Miambilis before you give. But in Turkana, you have to travel long distance, but you are very few people you are giving. So never the way is expensive in any way. So how can election be such expensive? Do Kenyans want leaders, or they want just to receive some money and get elected? And I want to tell Kenyans have to decide, what is the cost of having a bad leader? Once they know the cost, then they have to ask, what does it take to elect a good leader? So once you know what it takes due diligence. Don't see pesa mtu. Do your proper due diligence and get a good leader. Once you decide, that day, which is going to be now on 10th of August, I remember that's the date, isn't it? On 10th of August, decide to fast. 1 day fast, then eat for 5 years, isn't it? Or eat one night and then be hungry for the next 5 years. That's a decision you have to make. But nevertheless, then they're going to get people who have the money. They must have stolen that money to do that. Some people will go to the bank, auction their property, get the money. They know they're going to recover that property once they get to office. So these are some of the challenges that we face. Now, on the issue of the Homa Bay, there were so many things that went wrong in Homa Bay. But also there are some good things that happen in Homa Bay. What I'm seeing in Homa Bay is that Gladys Wanga must be one of the smartest governors in Kenya, because he has brought the president to do all development for her in Homa Bay, which means that the money for the county, she can eat comfortably. No, but that's his strategy, Alan. Because you see, now she's telling people, sinafanya kazi, sivyo?
Yeah.
But hiyo pesa ni ya nani? Si ya William Ruto.
Yeah.
Sivyo? Sasa yake inafanya nini? So nakula tu. So you can say that. Because as far as I know, Gladys Wanga has built only a toilet in the center of Homa Bay town. Now, a toilet is development. You know what a toilet can do. But before you eat, before you go to the toilet, need food, isn't it? Where are they getting food from? So she's a smart governor, because people Homa Bay wataona amefanya kazi, for sure.
Yeah.
She's
and
worked.
there is a possibility to be re-elected in 2027.
Yes, but also I like about Gladys Wanga because she has mapped out the city and even done a little bit of city planning, urban policy. So the president coming is being told, okay, build this one, build that one, build that one, build this one. So Homa Bay actually is going to overtake Migori. According to me, Migori has got more potential than Homa Bay.
Because of its proximity to the border?
Yes, but also at the same time, Migori is right now to have what's called a demarcation on what will be the rural, where are you going to do urban migration. You need to look at where are you going to industrialize.
Yeah.
Migori has got minerals. Migori has got the sugar, better than Homa Bay.
Yeah.
Migori has got even more cosmopolitan community, where we have the Kuria community, you have the Kisi community, you have the Luo community. Migori has everything. Even now there's a lot of Somalis settling there. So a melting pot of people from different communities.
Yeah.
Even I see a lot of Kikuyu communities living there. So such like a city can actually become like Nairobi. But the governor of Migori, called Uchila Ayako, you cannot compare Uchila Ayako with Gladys Wanga. Gladys Wanga is a mobilizer.
Yeah.
So you can tell that there is a difference there. But all said and done, it is needless to have a devolution conference with no expert in economics or in devolution or governance expert as one of the speakers. We got speakers coming from governors. Governors are the ones going to the stage to appraise themselves, to give themselves cause. I remember, Alan, when I was in St. Mary's Yala, you know, St. Mary's Yala was a tough school that if on closing day, if you don't get the minimum, let's say half of the marks, they say you are surviving. Surviving means that they are going to send you to wash pigs. So washing pigs in front, for example, there are some people who come from very rich families. So they send you to go wash pigs when your house help, your sister and your brother who has come to pick you plus your mother from a very big Range Rover car is watching. So you know, ukienda nyumbani, you can't tell a household that, we nyamaza, anakuambia we unaosha nguruwe. So you see, it was a shame. So this boy, there's a time when he got his report form and he told his parents that his parents should not come, so the parents didn't come. So after getting his report form, he went and sat somewhere and he changed all his grades. Where he got 24, he put 96. So he was changing the grades. But what he didn't know was to change the comments. So when he took the...
you have good marks, but the comments are one
like
thing.
96% very poor, 98% terrible. So then the father looked at the report and said, hey, seriously, this teacher has hit my son that he gets 98 and is very poor. So the father, in his honesty, took the child back to school and said, you guys, you hate my child. How can she score 98%, you say, very poor? You can say terrible. How can 92% be terrible? So when they look at the mark, the report card looks authentic. When it was looked against now the report from the teachers, they found that it was poor. So the problem we're having is the same thing governors were doing. You are giving yourself a report card without having someone else come to verify. So they could have brought a professional, an economist, to give them a highlight. Secondly, questions were supposed to be asked. Devolution has devolved more than 4 trillion shillings since it began. What to show for? Migori, Homa Bay has received 130 billion shillings since independence. What has it shown for? Luo Nyanza says they have been completely left out. I know comparatively they compare themselves with Mount Kenya and the rest, which is a different story because Mount Kenya is also near Nairobi. There are other things which have to be looked at. Also, it's about the people. They could be more industrious or not. The gifts of the Luos cannot be the Kikuyus. The Kikuyus' gifts cannot be Luos. That's what about unity in diversity. But they have received 3.2 trillion shillings through many other means. Why are they still crying over spilled milk? So there are so many things there which are working. But nevertheless, I want to say that devolution conference do not have to be attended to be turned into a political campaign to do ethnic profiling. For me, that was the most painful thing, where CS Mbadi stood and said, and it was very sad, that Kikuyus have never supported a Luo. While that statement is completely not right, it's also not factual. Because I saw my facts that Kikuyus, votes from the Kikuyu land, gave Raila Odinga 1.2 million votes. That was over 30% of the votes for Mount Kenya. I don't think that it's fair to say so. In fact, if Luos voted to the maximum they were supposed to vote, Raila Odinga could have been president. Raila Odinga did not lose the presidency from Mount Kenya. Raila Odinga lost the presidency from the... So I'm saying they were supposed to focus more on what they needed to do, and they were supposed to focus on devolution, not turn it. And sadly so, the president was present and was clapping after when they are speaking. Mbadi should focus on the economy and leave alone the issues of politics aside. He is no longer a politician. He's a state officer who is being funded by the state. He is sitting at the apex whereby he's assigning money to different communities, different parts of the country, different projects. So when you're being seen to be talking about your tribe, then you are not any different from Gachagua, whom he is accusing to be tribally profiling people. They should just focus on the devolution, how money is being used, and put those governors into account, how much money they are receiving, what they are doing with this money, not like tribal profiling. You receive all this money. He has been an MP. How much did he do with the money he received for CDF? Now, even his county, his constituency has been highlighted sooner. So what has he done himself? So let us do more self-reflection and not profile other people, because there was nobody from Mount Kenya who was in charge of the projects they do in Luo Nyanza.
Absolutely. I want us to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be coming back with our concluding conversation about the meeting that is happening between ODM and UDA today. Keep it science, and we'll be back after the break.